Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to another Krosmaster unboxing. This is for the, I guess as they say, Season 2. The Season 2 or Series 2 mystery boxes. So I've done another video for Series 1 where I unboxed the window boxes. It showed all 4 characters. And that was one way you could purchase Series 1 or Series 2. It's either a window box, see all 4 characters, and you can buy all 8 sets and you have all 32 characters. The other way is to buy a mystery box. So in the mystery box, there are the 32 characters, which work for all the games, they work with everything else. But you don't know which of the 32 characters you're going to get. You are going to get one figure, their character card, and then in Season 2 or Series 2, you're going to get a bonus content, which is a little card with some tokens on it. If you bought Season 1, you're going to get the mini-map. And the same thing works if you buy the window pack. You buy the window pack, you get 4 mini-maps, one for every character. If you buy the window box for Season 2, you're going to get 4 content cards. So you're not gaining or losing anything by buying one versus the other in terms of content. Just if you buy the mystery boxes, you don't know what you're going to get. I also bought, and you're going to get the code as well. I bought a full case of them, so I got 24 of the 32. And when you buy them as a case, you get a box topper with some extra tokens. As well, all 24 characters are different, so then you're missing 8. So now for me to collect the last random 8, I'm going to have to either buy another full booster box and hope that I get, basically there's like booster box A and then there's booster box B, essentially. Like one has these 8 rare characters, the other one has the other 8 rare characters. So there's like 16 rare characters of the 32. And then the other 32 are commons. Or the other 16 are commons. Something like that. I don't know. Or they're not all rare. I think there's 8 rare. And so I'm missing whatever. Of the 8 I'm missing, the 8 are in the other box. All the rest of the characters are going to be the same. So if I bought it and I got the same box, I'm going to have the exact same 24 characters. The other way I can go is either try and hunt them down individually used from somebody else, or I can go buy the window boxes and pick up the characters I'm missing, which is what I'm probably going to do. So I end up having to buy probably 4 of the window boxes. And I'm going to get like 4 or 5 duplicate characters instead of 24. But that's how that goes. Anywho, let's jump into what these look like. So I've already unboxed all these. I've opened them up. I have all the figures sitting off to one side. I have the cards off to the other side. But we're going to go through the characters for Series 2. So we're going to look at these tokens quick. So there is going to be some... and some of the characters in this set might use them. Otherwise, they might just be useful, like throw on the field for different effects. So we have Crackstone, which says Fatty Bum Bum, who has a -1 to MP, resistance, and he carries some loot. We have Perspic, who's an itty bitty, has counter attack and loot. He has a mockery ability, which just minuses your AP. We have one Pink Dragoon, who has Breaking Wing, who has a breathe area of effect. Obstructive, Critical, and Loot 3. We have a Living Shovel, who has Baraka, Pushes Back 1, Itty Bitty, and Prospecting. We have 4 of these Tricky Traps, which play, you just say click. Untouchable and Critical. So yeah, they must be used with something else. Then we have one of these lifesavers, which is in rescue, multiple targets heal 1, obstructive, and loot. So obstructive means you can't see through them, you can't move through them. They're like like a big giant object in the way. And then untouchable for like this one up here means you can't affect it in any way. So you can't give it a health like the rest of these do. So you have some harpooners. We have 4 harpooners, which have harpoon and steals health. And we have 4 tack turrets, which attracts 2 and is obstructive with 1 loot. So let's look at what those are quick. So there's the living shovel, the pink dragoon, the prospect, and the crack rocks. So there's some tricky traps. And then there's your harpooners, your tack turrets, and your, what was that called? Lifesaver, which is a healing orb. Yeah, so just some extra different tokens you can throw in the game to use. Always kind of cool to have extra things. So before we jump into the characters, we're going to look at them content cards that we talked about earlier. The only reason I got is because I don't know which character gets which card, because I got them all mixed up. But what you're going to get are these thicker tokens. So these APs, movement points, range, and health tokens you're going to get are the same ones that are in any of the base games. These are just thicker quality cardboard, which is kind of nice for just to keep them better. So if you only get like 1 or 2 of these, you might be fine. I don't know how many you're going to need. But you can, if you buy a full box set or you get all the characters, you're going to get a bunch of these, which is really nice. There's also this little frost demon who we can flip over, and then they have like a purple version. So one has a question mark and one has an exclamation point. So I'm not sure what those are for exactly, unless they're for like maybe like a heads versus tails coin flip or something. And then we get this shadow creature, which has no features on it. And on the back, it's blank. And that's basically so you can create your own little mini character if you want. And I guess you could put a sticker on the front. But you can write in your own little effects and things like that. Just kind of neat. So, what you're going to get, depending on how many characters you have, you're going to get a couple of these. So I got 5 of those sets. It's just kind of nice, because I got a bunch of them different tokens, if I need them. I did get one of these, which I've also gotten in other sets. These will be repeatable in other games or other sets. It's not like these are exclusive to this. So this comes with a little mole creature you can make, and then some 1 tokens, where the other one had 2 tokens. And then on the back side, we have another side of the coin and the minuses. And this is so you can actually have a coin flip if you need one. And I only got 2 of those. We're also going to get one of these, or some of these. So this has some +2s, as well as a Dofus counter. And then it has some of these demon emblems, which you use for putting on the field for like where there's special items. And on the back side can kind of show like, oh, this one's been opened, and there's one that says no for that. Just some extra little things just to add a little higher quality components to your game. I got 4 of them out of my 24. I also got a rock and some more +1 tokens, because you're going to need more +1 tokens. Why not? Extra rocks to put on the field or table, so I got 3 of those. We got some blue fir trees, which look the exact same on the other side. I don't know if I showed you the back side of the rock, it looks the same. Yeah, these can just replace your regular green trees, or if you're playing with like the frost expansion, you could put in frozen looking trees if you want. So I got 4 of those. Not a ton. And then I got some carrots. Oh, I did get another rock, which is hiding in the back. And I got some carrots, which again, these can replace trees or whatever, rocks, just something like add a little bit of whatever to your game. And then on the back side, there's going to be this little weird creature here that took that chunk out of the carrot. like a weird bunny cat. I don't know. But yeah, he has little bite marks under the side of the carrot, and I got 5 of those. So I don't know when I get the other 8, what the other 8 are going to be like. If it's going to be an even amount, because it looks like I got 5 of some, 4 of some. So I don't know if it'll even out total or not. I'm not that worried about it. Alright, so now we're going to jump into the characters. So we have Eligio. Now the way this is gonna work, if you haven't, like, if you watch some of my other unboxings, like some of the base games and stuff, all the characters are very vastly different. If you watch the Season 1 videos, or any of those unboxings, you're gonna see that there's a lot of characters that are the same, or lots of characters. There's usually 3 of each character type, with different, like, weapons or hair or little aesthetics like that. And since I'm going to be going through these in order, we're going to run through the same ones over and over versus being random. But we'll see you'll see what I mean. So we have her. She is, let me see if I can find her. Alright, so there she is. She has some little horns. She's a little rock creature, and she has a big mallet and a tail. Alright. She does, she's an Osmodeus? I'm not sure. Lashing Claw. She has a Crackstone Blunt, which is a square area of effect, and puts 2 green damage on the principal target. And then summons Crackstones. Place a Crackstone in play on target, free cell. So it's kind of nice. I got them little extra Crackstone target or tokens, which will work really nice for this particular character. And I can only summon 2. And then Crafter and Resistance. I don't know what Crafter does. Alright, so here we have Irritate. Get it? The pun. Alright, let's see if we can find her. Of course, I didn't put these in the box all together. So, here we have another one where she has, little horns, has a mallet, but she has a little fire hedgehog. And so now you can see, like, they're the same basic molds. Just, they have the same weapons, they have the same outfits and everything on these particular 2. They just have a different peck and different, like, a little bit color schemes. Yeah, so it's kind of neat. So you can get the same type of looking character 3 times. But it also means your abilities are fairly different. She has Whip, inflicts +2 to target mob token. Or Summon Prospect. Oh, it's just one of those other characters. That's a little red one. So I'm betting the 3rd character, which I do not have, probably has that little red dragon. Which makes sense then. Place a Prospect token on targeted empty cell. So yeah, with these tokens, because they came in the box, so now I can summon this one, and I guess the 3rd one probably summons that. So I wonder, yeah, because that token thing came in a separate thing. Alright, anywho, let's jump to our next character. We have Rollbach. Some of these characters are going to be in the quest set, because the quest has, I think, 8 characters, and 6 of them are from Season 2. So you're going to, if you watch that video, you'll have seen some of these characters as well. Alright, so this guy has kind of like a mummy bandage thing going on. You got a star on his chest, a buckle. He's just kind of like an interesting, weird, like, mummy magician. Not really sure. Excelor. He has Clock, steals 1 AP, and he has Slowdown, which gives -1 AP. Plus a critical hit, and it's a chance of blue magic. Then the next one we have is Henyo. So each different character type, there's 2 commons and there's a rare. So far these have been the common ones. So he has Shriveling, pierces armor, and Devotion, multiple targets. Plus 2 AP to each target without a plus target marker. Plus he has resistance. Alright, so here's his. He's purple. Still has some bandages. Still has the star. It's different colors. But instead of a buckler on the top of his head, he's going to get an hourglass. Alright, our next character is Katsumi. Barbarian type character by the looks of her. She's an IOP. Sword of Fate, inflict +2 fire if Katsumi has already damaged the target this turn. So the first time it does 1, the second time you can do 3 if you hit the same guy. She also has Sentence, steals health, and then Crafter and Agility. Alright, where is she? There she is. Oh, look at that big giant bundle of hair. There's a sword. Definitely looks like she's gonna start some stuff. So then up next we have Kitty Rage, who she is going to do Strength Storm, pierces armor, cut hand area of effect, -1 MP, and Ardent Manipulation, which costs some health to use. But Kitty Rage spells inflict +1 fire this turn. She has dodge and resistance. And she is the blonde one. So here is her. So as a comparison, same overall aesthetic, but they do have different swords, which is really cool. Hers is a little short one, hers is a little bit bigger, but it's kind of beat up. And then finally, we do have a rare version of this class or character model, Emma Stare. So she has Sword of IOP, cross area of effect. She has IOP's Wrath, which does, interesting. It costs 8 and she only has 6, but it does 4 damage. And then she has Precipitation, which gets her -2, but she immediately gains 4. So yeah, she has to play this, then she can play that one. Critical hit, lock, and compulsion. Compulsion says the first attack spell cast by Emma Stare each turn deals +1 damage of the appropriate element type. Alright, and then there's hers. She's purplish. She's definitely a neat sword. So if we kind of compare her to the other two, you can see that they all again have the it's hard to hold 3 of these. They're a little bit big, but yep, they have the 3 different types of swords. Otherwise, all the rest of the stuff is kind of the same. Another interesting thing to point out, though, just for the sake of this, so I'm gonna move these guys off to the side. So I do have all 3 of these. Although the top one here is the rare card, they have their numbers up here in the top, which are basically their like ranking or durability, not durability, level. So like the first one's a 3, the second one's a 5, but the rare one's actually a 4. She's a little bit cheaper. Plus you can compare some of your health and points. So 3, 10, 6 versus 3, 16, and 8, and 4, 12, and 6. So you can see the one in the middle is possibly the most powerful, plus has a higher initiative of 5. So just because they're not the rare one doesn't necessarily mean that they're the best, is what I guess I'm trying to get at. Alright, so now we're going to get to another set of 3. We have Christy Enrich, who's a Foggernaut. She has Pilfer, pierces armor, plus 2 AP to the targeted turret. And then plays Harpooner 2, places a Harpooner on the targeted empty space cell. She has armor and wisdom. And we do have some of them Harpooner tokens. So there's her with her little steampunk goggles. Yellow outfit, she's got a little backpack there. A little bag with gas container maybe. Alright, up next we have Annie Gup, who's going to have Vapor, retreats 1, plus 2 to targeted turret. Froth, cross area of effect, plus 1 range to target turrets, and places attack turret in the targeted empty spell, dodge, and crafter. So one's going to place a Harpooner, and one's going to place some attack turrets. So she's got some red, white, and blue theme going on. A little tank in the back as well. But then she has some different goggles. Like hers are down here. And then hers are up here. So it gives them different hairstyles too. Which is really cool. Like basically different heads. So instead of like a different weapon. And then finally we have Steamy Wonder, who's a rare. He even said, like, she's a 1. So she has Torrent, plus 2 to targeted turret, and place a Lifesaver. Place Lifesaver on targeted empty cell. So that's our other 3 summons there. You could be like, 1, that's not very good. But the fact is she can place something that heals people. So she doesn't even get any goggles. But she's got her little back steam pack and stuff. Yeah, so she might not be as powerful as the other 2 with 10 health, 13 health, 6 health, a little less AP, less initiative, does less damage, because they have like a 2, well I guess a 1 and a 2, but these guys are both going to boost up their turrets, place turrets, and then she also boosts up the turret too, but then she gets to play lesser. Now you could play all 3 of these together, and then you could play all 3 different turrets, and they can boost up whichever turret you need. So it's kind of an interesting way to be able to do that. Here we have Diver Briel. Folksy looking guy. He's an Encroft. Shovel of Judgment. Minus 1 AP. Summon the Living Shovel. Place a Living Shovel on targeted empty cell. He's a dodge and he has a farmer. So there, now we got the the shovel. So now we've had guys that have summoned these, guys that have summoned all of these, and a guy that summoned the shovel. So now we just gotta see if we can figure out who does something with that. But we've also only had 2 Harpooners and two targets. So like they can only summon 2 attack turrets and 2 Harpooners, and we have 4 of each. So I'm gonna guess there's at least 1 other character that can summon them. But here is our farmer character. He's got a little jug there. He's got one of the coins he's all excited about. Alright, so our next version is Molar. And he is reducing key, minus 1 movement, prospecting. So he doesn't do a whole lot of stuff. And there he is. He's just a red suit. He's got a gray beard instead. He's got a bag of money, or a bag of something. Alright, then there's a third one of those, which I do not have. So it's one of the ones I have to collect. Now we have Pangala. I think he's shooting some flames there, so little ninja panda bear. Who's a Pandawa. There's a Flaming Burp, breath effect, 1 costs some health, but it does 2 damage. And Hangover, pushes 1, move closer, 1 space to character. Lock, intelligence, and strength. There she is. She's all smileys. And then our next one is, yep, trying to get stuck, is Molly Burham. So Molly Burham is going to say, Boozer, retreat 1, Molly Burham, heals 1 herself. Or heals herself 1. Bamboo Milk, remove all AP, movement, and range markers from the target. And then Shamrock, move an adjacent enemy to the targeted empty cell. They suffer 1 damage. And then she has Stain, which says, when enemy character is adjacent to Molly Burham, they lose all powers except Stain. Kind of messes with people. So she's going to be a blue themed one, so same body, same type of hairstyle. But this one's drooling instead of smiling. And then we do have the third panda. We have Puchan. He's a rare one. Puchan says, bamboo blows. Bamboo blows. Multiple targets. And then Karcham. Move an adjacent non-boss ally to the target empty cell. They suffer 1. So it doesn't seem nearly as good. I mean, you can move someone, I guess, but... And there's her, and she's kind of got, like, little rosy cheeks. Or spirally cheeks, I guess, not rosy. Her tongue's hanging out, her eyes are kind of half awake. Where the other two... So there, yeah, hers were squinting. You can kind of tell, and she has teardrops. And hers are little hearts, and her eyes are, you know, open, well, closed, but smiling, happy. So there's our 3 pandas.